Hey everybody, this is Christine from lifemanifesting.com. I am back with another collective energy reading for the new moon that will be taking place on Thursday, January 11th. That will be a new moon in tropical Aquarius or sidereal Capricorn, whichever one you resonate with the most. If you don't know what that means, then just disregard. So yeah, this just going to be a general collective energy reading. I will probably post specific um, like intentions for each sign, well, each element rather, the signs in each element, either on my site or no, it'll definitely be on the site. So anyway, anywho, for this new moon in this new moon on Thursday, what is the overall theme of this one card? Tried to flip over the whole damn deck for this new moon on Thursday. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is it. This is throwing me off a little bit because I was like on a whole different wave, like coming into this. So, okay. We got the theme for the new moon. What are obstacles and challenges that may arise in this lunar cycle? Oh my. Interesting. The card was just like flipped over in the deck. There's been a couple. So like when I was shuffling this deck earlier, the High Priestess was flipped. The Queen of Wands was flipped. So, and the song that was stuck in my head as I was like setting up everything was 2 Chainz, It's a Vibe. So I feel like that is a separate message from the cards that have come out so far. But based on that High Priestess, that Queen of Wands, and that song that was stuck in my head, for all my feminines and people who identify with that feminine side, okay? Listen. And I talked about this kind of on the quiet, on the hush. So if you saw it for the full moon a couple weeks ago, then you heard me talk about how this was prime time energy to really be using sex magic to kind of maneuver. And also, I've been talking about for like the past 2 or 3 readings, I've been talking about the importance of really tapping into your dreams and using that to kind of push you forward based on what work you should be doing and what you should be pouring your energy into, and not how can I say, like not getting distracted by what you see or don't see in the physical, okay? But to trust what you're seeing in your dreams, use your sexual and your creative energy wisely, and go forth confidently, okay? So that was for the feminines. That is separate from what this was, but I just wanted to share that. Okay, so we got a theme. We have obstacles. Okay, and then lastly, energy that we need to embrace in order to be, to move ourselves forward in this lunar cycle. Huh. Okay. Okay. So for the theme, we have the 7 of Swords. I don't know if y'all can see that. There's a glare. Shit. There we go. 7 of Swords. Okay. And then obstacles and challenges will be the 6 of Pentacles. You see that? And energy that we need to embrace to kind of master this lunar cycle is the Fool. Okay, so okay, so this Seven of Swords was really tripping me up because I told y'all like the cards that were poking out and the energy that I was getting like before I started pulling when like I was setting everything up, it was a completely different vibe than this Seven of Swords. This Seven of Swords, I felt like this was like a hard stop. And so I feel like that might be something that we can expect from this new moon on Thursday, is that, you know, we're kind of in the groove where whatever energy that you feel like you've kind of settled in, you feel like you hit your stride, or you feel like you may have gotten over a hump, you may feel like things are kind of on the up, or you may feel like I said, like you hit your stride, like things are going well, it's a vibe, everything is cool, you've kind of got a handle on your mental and emotional state, you're fine. I feel like this new moon will bring a hard stop, like a hard, um, like running straight into a brick wall, like skirt. Okay, we have to deal with reality. Like, it's one thing to kind of be in your mind and be in your own individual bubble, but I feel like this new moon is really going to pull you into the reality of what is happening around you. And this Seven of Swords, like, typically it can be like deceit, betrayal, lies, things like that. So you may see, if you have been a deceitful or manipulative person, you may have to be accountable for that. Or like you may see in the collective, people being held accountable for um, the manipulative or the deceitful things that they have done. Also, I get personally, when I see this card, I get a lot of like self sabotage. I get a lot of reflecting on ways you may have self-sabotaged. Also, like things that you put off, things that you wanted to ignore, things that you put in the back of your mind, shortcuts that you tried to take, and running into the consequences of that, right? Like whatever you thought that you could kind of bypass really coming at you full throttle. Okay, I'm going to say this overall. I feel like, okay, so I am not one to promote reconciliation, particularly with people who have done you wrong. But what I will say is, if someone who has done you wrong comes towards you, um, it's very, very possible here that they may be genuine in their apology and holding themselves accountable. Um, and it's up to you to decide what you want to do with that. But with the Fool here, I feel like um, there's a layer of making a new choice or a different choice. And a lot of times when we notice ourselves kind of like the same patterns showing up, um, it's important to kind of review the whole chain of events from a bird's eye view, not just like specifically like, okay, you fall out, this person comes back, and y'all make up somewhere somehow, or you respond to them coming back in a certain way, and then it typically moves forward, and then a couple months later or whatever, you found yourself back at the same place, right? Or a couple years later, or whatever the case may have you. I feel like it's important to kind of zoom out from any one interaction and look at the pattern, like the full chain, like look at the full pattern from week to week, month to month, year to year, and analyze that full pattern. So that way, when like you do make a new decision, that it's something that actually takes you out of that pattern. It actually disrupts the way you have been sabotaging yourself, or kind of allowing the pattern that you know is unhealthy to persist. Okay? I'm not saying accept apologies or don't accept apologies. I'm not saying reconcile or don't reconcile. I'm saying whatever the hell you've been doing, stop doing that and do something else. Okay? That was very specific for somebody. That's why, again, I feel like it was like, like, punch me right in the chest, like, like a chin check. So, I mean, if you find yourself feeling like you got your chin checked, don't say nobody warned you. Okay? Okay. So, I don't forget what. Listen, okay? Sometimes the way these cards be coming out, like, they freaking, like, try to read me. And I'm like, this is for the collective. This is not for me. And it just be throwing me off. Side note. Can y'all see? Melanated Healer. I got the camera on instead of having it like, I have it like the front facing camera, so it's probably backwards. But it says Melanated Healer. It comes with a nice spoon. I got this mug from Solutionary. Shout out to my sis Liv. Check them out. But yes, I love my Melanated Healer mug. Thank you. Okay, so obstacles that may be present being the Six of Pentacles. I talked about this a little bit in my podcast. I think it was like eclipse season, but I feel like this all kind of ties in. But like if you have been able to come up in a certain way, especially financially, or if you've been able to kind of think about finances, think about health, think about your physical tangible resources, okay? And think about how you may or may not have been blessed in that area, or how you may have how you may have kind of avoided certain pitfalls, right? I feel like well, something that I talked about before was that if you are self-focused with your blessings, if you are just kind of acquiring things for self and not necessarily considering what you can do for your community, what you can do for the people around you, you are going to have a hard time. Okay? So if you have been blessed, if you have experienced a windfall, really expect opportunities to share what you have been blessed with. So if you have been blessed with good health, expect opportunities to share um, not only what has helped you to maintain your health, but I'm hearing like to continue making sacrifices for the health of other people. If you don't get to kind of run around free, and if you do try to run around free, you are going to get that chest check, you know what I'm saying? That chin check. If you have been blessed with like certain financial resources, it's a lot of people that came up. You know what I'm saying? It's a pandemic and there's a lot of people struggling, but there's also a lot of people that came up And if you identify as someone that has come up, understand that you now have a responsibility and a duty to um, look out for people who did not come up. Okay, that's not for you to go out and buy jewelry, houses, cars, whatever. This may be like direct, how can I say, like, this may be direct, like one-to-one, like paying people, doing charity, or donating to like local charities and organizations. This may be making moves and making plans to kind of set up your lineage. This may be um, literally doing things for your community, right? Donating things for your community and the people around you. Like, for example, if you, I mean, up here it's cold, but if you're somewhere and you have a garden and your garden's been bountiful, that is not for you to take and freeze all your produce and put it in the freezer. You know what I'm saying? You need to feed people with that. And if you don't, then expect some disease to start growing in your garden. If you made all this money and you don't plan on doing anything charitable with it, expect them taxes to come and whoop your ass. Them fees to come and whoop your ass. Okay? Because this is not the time that you get to be greedy and selfish, and that should not be the goal. That's another thing when we talk about making different decisions, and when we talk about breaking patterns and curses over generations and throughout the collective, right? Like, there have been people in the past who, when they got money, they hoarded it. When they were blessed with something, they hoarded it and they gate kept it and they kept it from other people. So if you're blessed to be in a position of wealth and abundance and prosperity, then you need to break the old patterns of hoarding. You need to break the old patterns of the haves and the have-nots. You bring people up with you. Make different decisions. Make different choices. Decolonize your understanding of what it means to be wealthy. Okay? Release the idea of scarcity. That's we have all at some point in time engaged in self-sabotage because we accepted the narrative that resources are scarce and that there's not enough for everybody, that everybody can't win, that everybody can't eat. And if you are somebody who doesn't win or doesn't eat, it's because you didn't try to. Those are lies, and it's time to make different decisions that no longer align with those lies that we have been taught. And if you choose to attempt to operate under that old paradigm and under that old narrative, listen, don't say nobody warned you. That's all I'm going to say. Okay? So, that is the general collective reading for our new moon on Thursday. And I will pull some additional cards for each element. That will probably be behind a paywall somewhere, somehow. So, if you want to see it, then I'll see you there. If you don't, then be blessed, and I'll see you for the full moon.